All right, let's jump right into it. Today, we're traveling back to ancient Greece. Get ready for a deep dive into the statue of Zeus at Olympia. One of the seven wonders of the ancient world.
It's really amazing, right?
Totally. We're talking ivory and gold, colossal scale. It's a statue that even left Roman generals speechless. And those guys had seen it all.
Oh, absolutely. And it was so much more than just a beautiful statue. You see, for the Eleans, the folks in charge of the Olympic Games, this was a statement.
Like a way to say, hey, look at us. We can do grandeur too.
Exactly. They wanted to outdo Athens, show off their power and prestige. Think of it as ancient one-upmanship through art.
An ancient art rivalry. I like that. But to pull off something this epic, they needed a real Michelangelo, right?
You bet. And they found their man in Phidias. He was already super famous for creating the Athena Parthenos, another incredible statue.
Oh, yeah. So he was the sculptor to hire for a project like this.
No doubt about it. Picking Phidias signaled that they were serious about creating something truly extraordinary.
So ambition, check. Talent, check. But let's talk size. This statue wasn't just big. It was...
Colossal.
Exactly. Tell us, how colossal are we talking?
Picture this. 41 feet tall, taller than a 3-story building.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was so big it actually filled half the width of the temple built to house it.
No way! Imagine walking into that temple and seeing this giant statue staring down at you.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You can understand why ancient writers said if Zeus ever decided to stand up, he'd take the roof off.
That's a pretty awesome visual. But size wasn't everything, was it? They used this really special technique to make it, what was it called? Greaseelephantine?
Yeah.
That's a mouthful, right?
It is. What exactly does it mean?
Basically, it means they combined ivory for the skin and gold for the clothing and details.
Oh, so it wasn't just a statue. It was like a giant, super detailed piece of jewelry.
You could say that. Just imagine the skill and resources it took to work with those materials on that scale.
Totally mind-boggling, which makes it even sadder that there are no full-size copies around today. I know. All we have are hints from ancient coins and little engravings, like trying to picture a giant puzzle with just a few pieces.
That's a great way to put it. But we're lucky in a way because there was this ancient traveler, like a blogger from the past, who left us detailed descriptions.
Ah, you mean Pausanias. Yes, he was our eyes on the ground, so to speak. He described Zeus sitting majestically on this elaborate throne, wearing this amazing robe all decked out with animals and lilies.
So massive, made of precious materials, A&D, incredibly detailed. Sounds like they spared no expense.
Definitely not. And every little detail, even those animals and lilies you mentioned, had symbolic meaning.
I bet. So like a visual language telling us about Zeus and his power.
You got it. Like the olive branch wreath on his head, that stood for peace and victory, fitting for the king of the gods and the patron of the Olympics.
Okay, that makes sense. So now I'm curious, what was Zeus actually holding in his hands? Pausanias mentioned a statue of Nike and a scepter, right?
Exactly. In his right hand, he held a small Nike, the goddess of victory. That was to show Zeus as the ultimate winner.
And the scepter.
In his left hand, it was inlaid with all these different metals and had an eagle on top, representing Zeus's rule over all the other gods.
So every detail, from what he's holding to what he's wearing, is telling us something about who Zeus is, his powers, his importance.
Absolutely. It's like the statue is shouting, hey, this is Zeus, and he's the big boss.
It's not just a statue, it's a declaration.
Right. It's carefully crafted to make you understand Zeus's power and majesty.
Okay, so we've got the statue down, but what about that fancy throne Pausanias mentioned?
Oh, the throne itself was a masterpiece, too. It was covered in gold, precious stones, ebony, ivory, you name it.
Wow. So not just Zeus, but his throne was blinged out too.
You bet. Imagine intricate carvings, scenes from mythology, painted figures, basically a work of art within a work of art.
Talk about showing off wealth and craftsmanship. But all this luxury. I can't imagine how they even kept it clean. A 40-foot ivory statue must have been a nightmare to maintain.
You're telling me. It took constant work. They used olive oil to keep the ivory from drying out. And get this. They designed the floor with a special shallow pool to catch the excess oil.
Clever, so it wouldn't get all over the place.
Right. Plus, the pool created a reflection that made the statue look even taller.
So not only a masterpiece of art, but also engineering.
Exactly. It was designed to inspire awe from every angle. And, people who saw it firsthand were truly blown away. We have accounts from a Roman general who said he felt like he'd actually met Zeus after seeing the statue.
Wow.
And a Greek orator who said just one look at it would make you forget all your earthly worries.
So not just a statue, but a whole spiritual experience. But like so many wonders from the ancient world, this one's shrouded in mystery, isn't it?
You mean its disappearance?
Yeah. What happened to it?
It's a real historical whodunit. We know it was gone by the 6th century AD, but how and why, no one's really sure.
Like a cold case, but from like 1,000 years ago.
Exactly. And there are some they did. It was like opening a window into the past. We'll get into that more after a quick break. It was like stepping back in time. You know, for so long, all we had were those written accounts and a few scattered images.
Yeah, it's like trying to imagine a movie based on a dusty old poster.
Right. But with the workshop, suddenly we have actual evidence, like a behind-the-scenes peek at how they made this wonder.
So tell me, what did they find in there? Tools? Sketches? Did they stumble upon any leftover bits of the statue itself?
Oh, they found so much. Tools for working gold and ivory. Imagine holding the same tools that Phidias used.
Wow, that would be incredible.
And tiny ivory shavings just scattered everywhere. Little hints of the intricate carving process. They even found precious stones, the kind that might have decorated the throne.
It's amazing to think that these things were actually there, part of the creation of this lost masterpiece.
It's like touching history, isn't it? And you'll love this. They also found a cup.
A cup? What's so special about a cup?
Well, it has an inscription on it that some people believe could be Phidias's signature.
No way. So it's like finding the artist's hidden mark, like in a secret corner of a painting.
Exactly. Though, to be fair, some experts think it might be a fake. But even the possibility is so exciting.
It adds this whole other layer of intrigue to the story, you know? It reminds us that there was a real person with their own quirks and stories behind this monumental work of art. Which reminds me, didn't you mention something about Phidias possibly immortalizing his lover in the statue?
Yes. The story goes that he carved his lover's name, Pantarchus, on Zeus's little finger. Juicy gossip from the ancient world, right?
Totally. Makes you wonder if it's true. But even if it's just a legend, it makes you think, right? What was Phidias really thinking as he created this statue?
It makes you wonder about the relationship between the artist and their creation. Was it purely professional, or did Phidias sneak in these personal touches, hidden messages for those who knew where to look?
That's a great point. It's like he's leaving his mark on history, not just in the grand scale of the statue itself, but in these little, almost secret ways.
And remember how we were talking about Phidias being inspired by Homer's Iliad, capturing that image of Zeus so powerful that he could shake Olympus with a nod?
Oh, yeah. It gave you chills just imagining it.
Well, there's this specific line from the Iliad that scholars believe really influenced Phidias's design. Homer describes Zeus, and I'm paraphrasing here, basically saying that when Zeus nodded, his hair, his glorious immortal hair, waved, and the whole of Mount Olympus trembled.
That's amazing. You can totally see how that image translated to the statue.
Exactly. Phidias took those words and turned them into something you could see and almost feel, like he breathed life into Homer's poetry.
It's so cool how art and literature can work together like that,
Yeah.
to create this powerful, lasting impression. And I bet Phidias had no idea how influential his work would become, how it would inspire people for centuries.
It really shows the power of art, doesn't it? How it can connect with us across time and cultures. But of course, as we know, the statue of Zeus wasn't immune to the forces of history.
It's sad to think that something so magnificent is gone, lost to time. But in a way, the mystery of his disappearance makes it even more intriguing, don't you think?
Absolutely. It keeps us guessing, keeps our imaginations working. And it reminds us that even the grandest creations are fragile, subject to the twists and turns of fate.
Which brings us back to those theories about what happened to it. Like, can you imagine if Caligula had actually managed to steal the statue and put his own head on it?
Can you imagine the uproar? It's crazy to think that someone would even consider doing that. But, it speaks to the power this statue held. It wasn't just an object, it was a symbol.
A symbol of power, divinity, maybe even a bit of magic.
And then, of course, there's the possibility that it was moved to Constantinople and then destroyed in a fire. It's a reminder that sometimes even the most incredible things can be wiped away in an instant.
Like a cosmic reset button.
Right. And then there's the theory that it was just neglected, left to crumble along with the Temple of Zeus. That's almost more tragic, isn't it? To think that this magnificent statue, once a symbol of divine power, was simply forgotten and allowed to fall apart.
It makes you think about all the wonders that have been lost throughout history, the things we'll never get to see. But even though the physical statue is gone, the stories, the legends, they're still here.
Exactly. And in a way, they're even more powerful because we have to use our imaginations to fill in the gaps. The statue of Zeus lives on, not in ivory and gold, but in the stories we tell and the way it continues to inspire us.
It's a reminder that even though things change and fade away, their impact can last forever.
Absolutely. And that's the beauty of it all, isn't it? The statue of Zeus may be gone, but its legacy continues to resonate, reminding us of the power of art, ambition, and the enduring human spirit.
It really does make you think, you know. It's gone, but it still feels so present, like its story is woven into the fabric of everything.
It's true. Even for people who might not know all the details about the statue of Zeus, they still get that sense of awe when they see, an image of Zeus on his throne.
It's iconic. Like, it's almost become this universal symbol of power, right?
Yeah.
Like, you see Zeus and you immediately think strength, authority, maybe even a touch of the divine.
It's incredible, isn't it? Phidias somehow captured all of that in his work. He basically shaped how we imagine a god.
It's crazy. Do you think he knew his work would have this kind of impact, centuries later?
Who knows? Maybe he was just focused on the task at hand. Or maybe he did have a sense of the legacy he was creating.
It's fun to imagine him thinking, I'm going to make something that people will remember forever.
Right. I mean, we can't know for sure, but that's part of what makes this whole thing so fascinating.
Totally. It lets us fill in the blanks, come up with our own interpretations. It keeps the story alive,
It does. And it's not just about Phidias either. Remember, this wasn't a one-man show. There were so many skilled artisans working alongside him, contributing their talents.
It's like a giant team effort.
Right. It took a whole community to bring this vision to life. And even though the physical statue is gone, its legacy, that sense of collaboration, the sheer scale of the achievement, that still resonates today.
It inspires us to aim higher, right? To work together and create amazing things.
Exactly. The statue of Zeus might be lost to time, but it's a powerful reminder of what's possible when people come together with a shared vision and the determination to make it happen.
Well said. And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up our deep dive into the world of the Statue of Zeus at Olympia.
It's been quite a journey, hasn't it?
It has. From the ambition of the Eleans to the artistry of Phidias and the enduring mystery of its disappearance, it's a story that continues to capture our imaginations.
Absolutely. It reminds us of the power of art, the complexities of history, and the enduring allure of the ancient world.
And we hope you've enjoyed exploring it with us today. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and we'll see you next time for another fascinating adventure through history.